Thank you. Abraham, I would like to have a definition of vibration. I understand the teachings that you've given us, that I can interpret vibrationally with my sight, with my touch, with smell, but I'm kind of lost with that I'm a vibrational person and how to understand and sense that.
Well, the reason that it's a little hard to wrap your thoughts around it is because vibration is at the basis of everything, and so it can be translated in all those different ways. In other words, you know the vibration of sound best. You can take a tuning fork and bang it on something, and you can actually almost viscerally feel the vibration of that. Esther is very vibrationally sensitive. She can feel if there is a bearing about to go out in a mechanical thing. She can feel that the fan in the new bathroom wasn't installed right, and so the vibration is not what it could be. In other words, it's not problematic and it's not going to shake the house down, but it's not in alignment, and she can hear it and feel it, you see. And so vibration is just reverberation. Other words that we use to describe it are energy or thought, vibration. None of those very satisfying. So the best description of vibration that we could give is, and here it is out here in a place we've not been before again, is the variance between one thing and another. It's relationship between something and something. So even in what we would call the pure vibration of source, there is still awareness of what is wanted and lack of it. So the vibrational frequency of source would be very, very high by your standards, even indiscernible, because from your physical perspective, you couldn't be sensitive enough to sense the variable. The lower the vibration, the wider the waves. The higher the vibration, the closer the waves. And so everything in the universe is relative to everything else in the universe. Ooh, it's getting good. So law of attraction is sorting all of this out. Law of attraction brings vibrations that are same together. So now law of attraction brings a vibration that is same together, and then that vibration has a relationship with every other vibration. So that's why there's a cellular vibration, and it's not wrong that you can't get your thoughts about it. There are just too many different points of perspective of vibration to even think about. But you don't need to. You don't need to isolate them all. You couldn't don the perspective of a one-celled organism and relate to it. You have trillions of cells in your body that are all relating to one another vibrationally, and you can't communicate with them in the way that they're communicating with each other, but you could trust them to know what they're doing and stay out of the way. So when you trust them to know what they're doing and stay out of the way by you choosing thoughts, by using your emotional guidance system to discern your vibrational relationship between one thought and another, now you're living life the way you've intended to do. That's about as far as we can go in any way that would be meaningful or satisfying. Scientists are observing vibration in all kinds of ways. So much of your technology is because there is becoming a more and more understanding of vibration. Electricity is all about vibration. You've harnessed it, you just don't understand it. You see, yes. You can flip the switches, and you don't need to understand it as long as you can flip the switches. Your emotions are sort of your flip switching experience. It's where you understand vibration in the manner that is significant to you. In other words, you could put on a recording and really enjoy the mixture of the tones and sounds and beats. It could stir you, but we promise you, if you were to isolate any one of those vibrations and focus upon it only, it would be annoying and meaningless. Good time for a segment of refreshment.
I've learned in here and other workshops I've attended that if you ask Source for something, it is given to us. And know that it's already done, so it is, and forget about it. However, there's something else that I have learned about with affirmations, that you do them over and over and over again, but you're not forgetting about it because it's continually in your mind. I want to know, is there one way that's better than another, or a combination?
Well, let us ask you a question. If you ask for something and you believe that when you ask it is given, is there a reason to ask again?
No, because you already know that it's in place.
So if you're asking over and over and over again, what does that say about what you believe?
You don't really believe it's going to happen.
So can it happen under those conditions?
No,
And will continuing to ask change anything?
I don't think so. Okay. So then why are affirmations even
Because
something?
an affirmation is a practicing of what you want. So for us to say that an affirmation doesn't work wouldn't be accurate. For us to say an affirmation does work wouldn't be accurate. What would be accurate is to say, if the affirmation makes you feel better in saying it than you felt before you said it, then the affirmation is helping you to close the vibrational gap.
Oh, okay. So it's
You see how
a preliminary or something.
Well, it's a practicing. You said some things. We want to play with you a little bit. You said, so when we ask source answers, and we've been using those words, but we want to take that thought a little further by saying, you're the source that you're asking. In other words, you're the source energy who has become more. So again, it's the closing of the gap. So by asking, we mean focusing in a way that allows the full receiving of what you're asking for. Many people think that they do the asking with their words. In other words, I'm standing over here without it and I'm asking for it. And we say, it's fair to say that I've asked for it. And many think that asking for it is what creates it. And we say, asking for it does create it in the sense that you ask and source actualizes around it, but it is the finding vibrational alignment with it that lets it in. So your creation is two parts for you, asking and allowing, wanting and believing. When you want something and you doubt it, your doubt is keeping it from being. When you want something and you believe it, your belief is letting it be. So the affirmation is not the step 1 part. The affirmation is actually the step 3 part. Because as you say the affirmation, as you say it reaching for a feeling and say it reaching for a feeling, you train yourself in to the expectation of what you're asking for. A lot of people will offer an affirmation and it just becomes a sort of repetitive thing that actually reinforces their awareness that what they want hasn't happened yet. And they've been saying it for so long that it's almost unpleasant to say it again. And we say that kind of affirmation is of no value. Sort of like if you pray from a place of focusing upon the outcome that you seek, now you're in alignment with what you seek and your prayer can be realized. If you pray from your awareness of your problem, you're not a vibrational match to your solution and it can't come. So an affirmation is only as valuable as the way it feels to you. If an affirmation taunts you, stop it. If the affirmation buoys you, then say it.
I must have a feeling with it, not just saying a whole list of affirmations.
Jerry and
without...
Esther have an affirmation that they've said right from the beginning that says, Esther said it every day and still does. I, Esther Hicks, see and draw to me through divine love those beings who seek enlightenment through my process. And the sharing will elevate us both now. And every time Esther says it, she feels the thrill of it because it resonates with everything that she is, everything that she has been, everything that she strives to be. In other words, it's such a deep affirmation. It will never become a da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da kind of affirmation. It always has meaning to her. She reaches for the words because she wants to invoke the meaning and the feeling of the words. That's an affirmation. Affirming the way I want to feel. Affirming what's in my vibrational escrow. Affirming who I really am and saying it until every part of me knows it. So just relax and let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Yes. Very good.
Okay, well, thank you.
Yes, indeed.
Appreciate it.
Well, I don't really need to tell you that I knew this was going to happen. But this is my first time in the hot seat, so wow. Very appreciative of this process and coming into contact in the way that it is shaping my life currently. So what I would like to ask you is if you might give me a taste of what is in my vibrational escrow. My wife and I are getting really good at this. We're making incredible strides, and I can feel us coming out of the what is mentality and coming into a space of, what is in the vortex and feeling it summon energy through us.
That's what inspiration is, isn't it?
Yes. And to see my wife, she's a teacher who recently got canned, for lack of a better word, because of the lack of vision that's in the system. If you see the way her children light up for her and the ends that they're willing to go to in just the tidbits that she leaves of them for this information, I know we're doing the right thing. What I really want to come into contact with is that new vibrational set point. In previous situations when we've held to the vision and we can feel life sort of crumbling beneath us, out of oblivious, as you say, not out of the blue, we come to know that there's something new that is coming into form. And in previous times, we've let resistance kind of taper that off so it doesn't fully come forth.
Well, even in your words, when you say, when we hold to the vision and we can feel life sort of crumbling around us, that can lean into resistance or it can lean into allowing. If you say, of course, the old is falling away and making way for the new, then that's a totally allowing statement. If it's all hell is breaking loose, that's not an allowing statement.
Right.
But there is value in knowing that when you move into a new place, the old place no longer fits.
Right.
And so it's sort of about willingly moving rather than reluctantly moving. And that all has to do with how forward-looking you are or how backward-looking you are. In other words, so many people want to defend what's coming by talking about where they've been.
Right.
And that messes it all up.
Okay.
And that's why you ask the question that you ask. You want us to sort of flesh out for you and help you to feel what's in your vibrational escrow because you want it to be louder in the calling of you.
Yes.
And we like to play those silly games with
Yes.
you.
I was hoping.
But we prefer, for the benefit of you, when you find your words. In other words, when we do it for you, all we do is show you what we already know. And our knowing it or not knowing it isn't the problem because we always know it. In other words, it's you're bringing yourself into that knowing. So you gave some really good words here. In other words, the most significant thing you said here and what we felt you know, it wasn't just words that you were affirming in order to come to knowing it. You're there. When you said, I see by the way the children light up for my wife that I know that we are on the right.
Yes.
You could just hold that vision and that would be all of the work that you'd ever need to do in order to get all of this that you're asking for here. You just have to get hold of a piece of something that you know that feels like that and fixate on it until it dominates your vibration.
Right.
That's all you got to do.
Beautiful.
And the more airtime you give something like that feels like that, the more off other thoughts will feel.
Right.
So the easier it will be to shift those to better feeling thoughts.
Yes.
So in the bridging process, we would say things like, when you said, my wife was canned, for lack of a better word, and we say, it's really no better word.
It's as good as croaked, right?
Well, there are some better words that feel better, and we'll give them to you. Because that sounded like somebody else had something to do with it. Where what you want to say is, my wife has found such vibrational resonance with who she is that the things that don't match it are falling away.
Yes. Thank you.
And we're doing this in so many aspects of our experience.